welcome back. How you're doing? Hope you're well. Today we've actually got the part that we've been waiting for a few days. We spoke the other day about there being a leak on one of the intercooler inlet pipes to the turbo, and this is actually what we've got here. So we need to actually open it up and make sure it's the right one, because the actual part number on the one that's actually fitted to the van was actually rubbed off, so I couldn't really see it. So I had to research like for our van and try and get the part number and stuff, and I believe I got it all right. But we'll actually know when I take it up how, because it's kind of all bent and twisted and stuff, so you don't really know until you offer it up to the old part to make sure it's the right one. So fingers crossed it is, and we'll actually fit this today, even though it's about 30 degrees. So that's the part. I believe it's the right one just by looking at it, but we'll actually go under the bonnet and make sure it is the right one. So this is the part down here that we actually need to replace. You can see it's kind of looks a bit old, but when I take it out, I'll actually show you why we needed to replace this and not just trying to like find a temporary fix, because it definitely needed like a new one rather than just sorting out. But this is the new part. And it looks like it fits perfectly fine. Obviously it won't fit the minute because I ain't took the old one out, but they look the same. So I've definitely got the right part. Now all I need to do is just take out the old one and then put in the new one. Right, I've actually left it till the evening time now because it was too hot earlier and I just couldn't be bothered to do it because it was so hot. But yeah, so we're going to crack on with it now. The only tool you're actually going to need is just like a flathead screwdriver, just to help you get the clips out. Because you can do it with your fingers, but obviously you're more likely to pinch your finger and stuff, and it's just a bit more of a hassle. You hurt your finger and stuff, it's not worth it, you know what I mean? Just get yourself a flathead screwdriver or anything like that, to be fair. You don't have to be that, even a really strong, well, probably it's not a strong stick, but something metal and something that will fit in between where it kind of loops up and you can actually get a screwdriver under it to pull it up. But that will save your fingers for sure. And then literally all I'm going to do is I've got some wipes, and I'm just going to wipe around the area as well while I've got it off, because obviously it's been leaking a little bit. There's some oil and stuff down the side. I'm actually going to get some kitchen roll as well and quickly wipe it all down with kitchen roll first, and then I'll use some of these wipes after that just to kind of tidy it up a little bit more, because while I've got it off I might as well do it, because once I fit the new part, obviously I'm not going to have as easy access to it, so I might as well do that now rather than trying to do it after and just making it harder for myself. So yeah, we're going to crack on with it. I don't think it should be too long a job, to be fair. It's pretty straightforward. Literally there's just like two clips, one either side of the pipe. You pull both of them out and then you kind of just wiggle one end free, and then the other end will just fall out after that. And then literally it's just cleaning it up and shoving this one back in. It's very simple, you'll actually see it. Yeah, so like I said earlier, this is the pipe. These are the clips here. I don't know if you can properly see if I just move around a little bit. That's one of the clips there, and it's the exact same clip but just on the other end of the pipe. So they're literally the exact same clips. This one's obviously a lot easier to get off. Literally just put your screwdriver underneath it and then push up or pull up and then give it a good wiggle, and that's literally off. That's it. It's not hard at all. The other one's a bit more fiddly just because you're kind of going backwards and working against yourself, so it's not as easy, but it's still not rocket science. Just give it a bit of teasing and stuff, and then you should be able to just pull it off. There we go. You're more just going from feeling on that one because you can't really get your arm down there and you like your head over to see as well. But that's literally it. And then all you got to do is just wiggle it, and that's literally one side out, and then the exact same the other side. Make sure this is the side that's leaking. It's the one that's the hardest side to come out. There we go, that's out now. So that's literally it. So this is the old one out, and this is the new one. I told you it wouldn't be too hard to get it out, and it really isn't at all. Anyone could do this. You haven't got to be like qualified mechanic or anything like that. Literally, if you can pull a couple of pins out and give it a good yank, it comes straight out. It's not hard at all, but I'll actually show you why we actually needed a new one. So as you can see on this end, put that one away. So as you can see on this end, it's really battered. You can see how someone's maybe tried hitting it with a screwdriver or something like that. Maybe it was leaking before, and rather than spend £30, they've decided to batter it. So that's really beat up edge there. And then the actual main issue, this side is not actually too bad. It's not really been beaten up. And these little bits of metal that stick out, they're what cause the trouble. This side, which is the side that's actually going into the engine or into the turbo that way, these ones are not bad at all. They're barely worn, which obviously means there's not a lot of movement on them. But if you look at these, they are really worn, especially if I get it against the old one. Sorry, the new one. I don't know if you can see the difference on the camera, but they've worn down a lot compared to each other. Let me try and hold it that way so you can see. Look at the difference on that. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it, but like the new one comes to a really good point, where this one's got pretty much a flat edge on it, and that's why it needs replacing, because you can't just like whack it like someone's trying to do here and try and solve that issue. It's an actual, the metal's gone. I mean, there's no way you're sorting that out. The actual seals, they're not too bad. You can, well, you'll be able to see, but they're worn a little bit more on that one as well. These ones are a bit more beefy and got actual points on them, so they'll seal a bit better. But hopefully, just by replacing that and sticking it in, that solves the issue it should do. It looks like the only issue is literally just these two prongs here. And when I actually looked online about it, it seems like quite a common issue. Basically, it's when your turbo kicks in, obviously it vibrates, and just by the vibrating action of it against these, and just the vibrating action of this pipe against this bit of metal, that's kind of what's wore it down. Because, let me shove that down. If I give this a rub, you probably can't see it either, but if I try and get an angle on it, I doubt you'll be able to see it, it's so minor on camera. But there's actually grooves cut into this clip here from where the metal's constantly been whacking against it. So it's definitely been wearing at it for all its life. I don't think that's been changed at all. I'd be very surprised if that's been changed. But yeah, so it's only £30 and it's not too expensive, you know what I mean? You're better off obviously sorting out the issue now than just letting your engine just keep leaking oil and stuff and obviously causing issues down the line. Because if it gets so bad, obviously that could blow off. And then if it blows off, you could be sucking anything into your turbo. And obviously you could end up with a lot more like hefty bill if your turbo breaks or anything, just because you didn't replace a £30 pipe. Sorry about the dog barking. But as you can see, there's a lot of oil down here, especially around this area, which is always where it's been leaking from. So what I'm going to do is just get some kitchen roll and give that all a wipe down, then actually get some of them wipes and then give it a wipe down as well, try and get some more oil off. Because obviously you can imagine when your pipe's going here, you're definitely not going to be able to get to this part. And obviously getting to that part will be a nightmare as well, so I'm just going to give it a wipe down now and just a little tidy up while I'm here. The oil on here is just caked in. Yeah, so that's definitely been leaking for a long time. Just a little bit of oil leaking. So now I'm just going to refit this pipe. It should be literally just the same as obviously taking it out. Twist that in. And that side in. Just trying to look for the little hole where the pin slides into and making sure that they're lined up with that little notch that's sticking out. Because I don't want to go and go through all this and then find out I've not fitted it quite right. And obviously then get a bit more movement and wreck this one or something. So it seems like it's in. I can't move it anymore though. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick on these pins. This one on this side, when I took it off to check it last time, was actually a bit of a nightmare. It's just very fiddly. So I'll go with this side first because this one was easier last time as well. There we go, that's it. Literally clips it back in. Now that one's solid, that one don't move at all. The thing I forgot to do, and I forgot to do it last time as well, is actually check when I pulled this off which way round these little bits that bend over was. And I can't remember from last time which way around, so I'm just going to try it one way, and if it don't fit then obviously it's the other way. I managed to get that clip back in now. Literally just as Tabitha stopped recording, it went straight in. It's always the same, isn't it? But yeah, that seems a lot tighter fit than the last one. So hopefully that does the job now, but that's literally it. It's just this one, this back one on this end, putting it back in can just be a bit of a sod, but if you just wiggle it around and try a screwdriver as well, because I got the far side in, even though you can't see it, but I got the far side in, and on this edge it's just a bit of a fiddly one because there's literally like a centimetre gap where you can kind of see through, but obviously you can't really shove your finger in there that well, especially when the clip's not fully in. So obviously like a little flathead screwdriver, thin one, can actually get in there and prise it around for you. So yeah, that's definitely in now. It's definitely solid, it's not moving anywhere. So hopefully that's the job done. Obviously we won't actually know until we actually take it out for a drive. But it seems like it's in fine. And it seems like it actually seats in the hole better as well than the other one, so that should have sorted it now. What we'll do, we'll actually take it out for a drive, probably tomorrow now, because there's no point doing it tonight. But yeah, we'll probably actually take the van out for a drive tomorrow now and test it out, and just kind of see if we're getting any leaks or any oil coming down the pipe or anything, because that's what we was getting on the other one. But yeah, so as you've seen, it's not too bad of a job really, especially taking it out, it's doddle. Getting it back in is not too bad either, it's just that one clip where it's just fiddly. It's not hard or anything like that, it's not complicated. It's just a very fiddly job on doing that last clipping. So yeah, anyone can do it, it's not too hard, but apparently it's a very common issue with this. So if you've got an issue where you've got a leak coming out of your intercooler hose, you're better off, to be honest, just actually buying a new hose, especially if those two prongs that come out the side, if they've worn down, you definitely just buy a new hose. They're only £30 off eBay, and then just fit it yourself. It's not too hard, don't take it to a garage or anything, because they'll charge you probably an hour's labour or something for it, you know what they're like. So yeah, just do it yourself, it's not too hard, and hopefully that sorts out our issue. So that's it for this video. So if you've got the same issue that we've had, you can see it's not that hard to sort out. It's just £30 off eBay, like I said before, and then just fit it. We'll actually leave the link for the actual part as well in the description below, because if it's like mine, the actual part number worn off. So as long as you know it's that section of it, you can literally just click on the link, and obviously it'll take you to the eBay site and you can just buy it. But yeah, so we're going to end the video here. So thanks for watching, hopefully you enjoyed it and learned a thing or two. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.